fucking can be, mate. You fucking piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. You fucking little shit. Wait, is that a new one? Wasteland of Reality. Look at these bonuses, man. Oh no, that's... okay.
Oh, hey, Wade. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Go get a drink.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from you. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Who gives a shit?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
Yeah, let's pick this one.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gang way, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Yeah, he looks like a statue, right?
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. Don't worry, man. You got a place right here. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. Oh, That's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted.
This,
Old
this is a
school.
Mexican comedy.
She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful
It is
service.
exactly like that.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover?
Doesn't change the
Regretting
fact
what
it's a
you
drug,
did last
man.
night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
What the fuck? Wait, this god sounds better than fucking Jesus, man. I want a piece of his religion.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance, commonly seen at all manner of festivities, especially weddings. It's delightfully quaint, owing to its peasant origins.
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer
Oh wait,
to
he's
the center of
naked.
the silence.
I just
Who
realized.
have them? I don't need them anymore.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything. The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway. Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing.
Oh
No
wow.
music on earth
I actually
can
thought
move
I'm
you
gonna have a
like
massive dilemma what to do here. Well, I guess he doesn't give a shit.
Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viaita is grandma?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
That's also true.
That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
I'm not in that way, but basically means like, 40-year-olds like going over 30-year-olds and being like, you're just 30, you're a fucking retard. Because I'm 40. But in the end, it's all about the experience.
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Alright, this guy's pretty fucking cool. I like it. Even though he's a fucking psycho. Alright, what is this? Sounds of an electrical current from outside into this antenna.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
So this is Jesus of this game.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope. The woman looks down at you, standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You. As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Encyclopedia and visual calculus. I don't think I have any of these actually, but let's find out. Guess we're high rolling, can't
The
be.
mother of humanism stands up. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human
So it is
being ever
Jesus.
to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Who is the most favorite person in the world? Is it Jesus? It is, right? Even though the giant Chinese might not know him. The most known person in the world. Of all time. Of all time. Jesus. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Michael Jackson is number 2? Okay, I think Muhammad is more famous than Michael Jackson. This seems very racist, man. Like, this seems weird. Jesus? Michael Jackson? Oof. Yeah, that guy's pretty famous. American Presley. Donald Trump is the most famous living. I mean, that makes sense. No, Diana. I mean, this will die off. Is there any other rating? I mean, Jesus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Muhammad is number 2. Really, Michael Jackson is more known in the world than Adolf Hitler. Really? That is fucking weird. Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, I'm pretty sure Leonardo da Vinci is not that known anymore. And yeah, I don't think so. Number 1, Jesus, Muhammad, Adolf. Damn. Poor fucking Einstein, man. If it wasn't for Hitler, he would be the most known actual real person. I mean, I'm not saying Muhammad and Jesus weren't real, but whatever we learned about them wasn't real.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office. No, we are alone. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world. Many things, you know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed, the past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing.
Like, honestly, the fucking story writing in this game is incredible, man. How do you come up with this shit? What were the authors on? Like, it's so detailed and, like, original. It's insane.
Lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
Like, if Tolkien saw this, he would probably, like, kill himself. How fucking pathetic is Lord of the Rings is compared to this.
That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even in a city called Advesperos.
Alright, I can't take more of this one.
She was dressed in a white and pearl dress. Oh yes, midwinter, one of the men in this secret service killed her.
Oh no.
22 years later, a young man, something that had walked in our midst. Watching his
Oh, the
stone
lizard
hunt.
people.
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. This inhuman quality was terrifying. Terrifying. It's a simple word. You already do. She was the most socially secluded. The message suggesting those she adored chests.
Jesus Christ, man.
This
45
Officer,
XP.
you've stood there for
I think I stood here for like half an hour, man.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Glowing lungs. That's fucked up. War criminal! War criminal!
It was a different time, a different war. Either way, this church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude.
The jigsaw of broken shards falls to place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both. Below both women, in luminous black letters, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, après la
Okay,
mort,
the first one is
après le prix, les morts.
away with the old, here with the new. And this one is something with new again.
After life, death. After death,
Close
life
enough.
again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand.
Und your Reichsapfel, ja?
This is the queen, her innocence day.
Apfel für die Kaiser!
She
Für die
eats
Kaiserin! So gut, Apfel.
small figures of wise men, common men. Worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying
Fucking
detail.
moralist piece of shit, that's what you get. What shadow this mosaic? That was literally the only thing I actually wanted to know, man.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. Justice, union, prudence, and force.
This was the fear of God back in the fucking hell, man. Oh my god.
So do I.
The mother of humanism towered.
Yes, I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are the Dorian.
Can't be.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Guess I can't walk through it. Just
The
leave the
machine's
computer.
keyboard is still illuminated. Nothing happens. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps.
Good afternoon, votre accident en Saint-Brune. This is the...
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can... I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still.
Wait, do I really not get a thought bubble in front of this monstrosity? I'm surprised. Alright, Crabman. Spill the beans.
Oh, hey, Wade, there's coffee in the back. Too many times essay, you need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
It's a very important, bro. I feel like after 3 days, I probably invested like 10 minutes in the fucking investigation. But you know, that's how it goes, Scabby. You never know. It might all come
machine's
together.
keyboard is still. The speaker comes to.
Good afternoon. Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident is goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author.
Fuck, I forgot what year
short
is it.
and concise.
Scabby.
Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, He looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
I think it's the March of 51 right now, currently. I think so. Yes.
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters.
I mean, that exists in
Seems
the
like the
book, right?
higher I go, the
I
less
think there's
I
a science
record.
behind it
This
now.
might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
I think I saw something on YouTube. I think it was like you stand in one part of the room and you hear a conversation at the end of the room like they were next to you. Like you can manipulate sound like that, but I don't understand jack shit about it.
The pillar of silence. She is talking
Herzlichen
about the silence.
Willkommen, Dingy.
Ist sie
Wann
suggesting
fahren
it's
wir
more
nach
than just an
Deutschland
architectural
zusammen?
work?
Ja. Gimme speaking, Dingy. Willkommen. Ja, it's gute Nacht, Stream.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles, crackers, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door.
Jesus fuck, man.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her. After...
I mean, she did say 2
What
seconds.
is it? No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA Radio.
Is that
I
Finland?
have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
No. Yes. And I don't care. I don't care about crap men. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit. RAIN prefect. My radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieux dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Great. You really like those questions, don't you? I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
I don't know. Measure everything around it, and then measure the difference between the two, I guess.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Oh my god, can't be, why am I such a fucking 5-head?
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't.
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space.
And I don't have a...
You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Great. Thanks. The Swallow, you mean? Great. Thanks.
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you?
A petting zoo, a place for animals!
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Cambi, you're disappointing me right now. Alright, it's time for a party, Cambi! Get your party clothes out. Let's fucking go, I'm going back in the tent, baby. Hell yeah. Dongi, poslouchej.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skibberdees. We're close. True, hard, it's hardcore. Skibberdees. We're close. True, hardcore. Yeah!
This young man, or maybe it's
The Y to the E to the A 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 to the G to the H to the exclamation mark. Yeah!
he missed one A.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer. Vikla, true, hardcore, yeah!
This young man, or maybe
The what? Yeah!
he missed one.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
It's true, Kambi. I love this scooter guy.
Vikla, true, hardcore is a mega, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yakokata, the place to be! Yakokata is a hardcore.
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth. Intermittent seas of
Vikla, true,
Do I actually have to get the perfect sequence with him?
mega, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! It's the message, so listen and you will... Vikla, true, yeah!
Fuck, I misclicked.
You know Van Eyck?
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
Good. The advert? Vikla, true, hardcore, internally coherent. All car, all right, yeah! Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy, it's my job. 2 on a track. Vikla, true, hardcore, internally coherent. All car, all...
he furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah! The question is, what is the question? But there was a question. Vikla, true, hard, foot, hardcore, internal, all car.
He furrows
Hard. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
I did it, Kambi.
the skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
Oh wait, he's also German, I just realized by his accent. God damn it.
Sometimes I just feel like Nordic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something hot?
Not really, can't be.
Hyper?
You'd be surprised. Like I can tell you, British is easier, French is easier, Russian is easier. Asian is easier. And then it's probably German on like number 5.
It's like it's only...
Oh, I forgot Indian. That one's easier.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
We can all hear it's not hyper hardcore. If figures of authority keep telling us things are hyper when they're clearly not, how are we ever supposed to evolve to hyperdom?
Uh-huh.
Fuck yeah, I knew it!
He seems sure, but you are left with the nagging doubts you might have overestimated the hardcoreness of that jam.
No nation, but trans nation. No war, but class war.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things.
Oh, his
Odds
name
are,
is
sooner or later
Jermaine.
he'll come up with school reading.
Yeah, revolution imperative.
Unless you were thinking Revershaw imperative right now. And that's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too. He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist though.
Yeah, with the rebel yell. I could be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Ah! nation. Here comes the sun. Dark Horde Hardcore. Jermaine Egghead.
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love. When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Is yeah GH actually something Scooter does?
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
I think so. Highly gaily. Lungs are for love. Communism. Lungs are Vendalor.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not?
Objectively, it was good for its time. And they sort of screwed it up after she passed, like they always do. Don't listen to that retrograde class warrior, Egg.
Lungs are Vendal.
Why wouldn't they?
I think so.
But that's what everybody saw.
All right.
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
And? What happened? Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
I mean, honestly, can't be, wouldn't it? Shouldn't actually be a massive advantage to have a random guy climbing around on the ceiling in your club? That actually sounds like a fucking red advertisement.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. Who will you trust? The spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love. Get down and feel it.
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, this position. Come on, man.
Feel
A half-hearted.
You'll get there. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem?
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries, we'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you. What do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
I think I have one more logic thing, don't I? But I have so much shit. I have -1 logic on 2.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary. How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent.
Goodbye, officer.
Fuck. Where are these guys hiding? I'm not actually sure at all. I failed to
The
find any clues. Maybe she can tell me.
She looks up as you approach.
I mean, she doesn't look very happy with the other
So you
guys.
talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean. Shoot. Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out. Crab man. That
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes? Good, so you believe me. You should go tell this to Andre. He'll know what to do next. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
to the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but... Oh,
She's less prone to blurt it out. Grab
okay. She was dressed like... And then he stopped.
Like a crab?
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Good, so you believe me. You should go tell this to Andre. He'll know what to do next. My associates? Sorry.
to the cops.
Don't know what makes you think...
So, which one is
Hi
Andre?
again.
This one, right?
So, how things go?
Goodbye, officer.
I mean, we can find out if we get the logic or if she may make her talk. But yeah, I didn't get like any clues. I guess maybe like they wanna do drug dealing because they seem kinda rich, right? But they're living in a tent like hobos. And the guy bribed me with 25 real for just throwing keys in my eyes. So they seem to be pretty well off, considering they live like hobos. So maybe they want to make a drug market in the church. It's
Yes,
probably the
what is
only
it?
thing I have.
I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament
Yeah, I
memory,
need a
and
better
I'm not able to
crowbar
go
for
and fetch
that.
it myself. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored.
I mean, to be fair, you probably shouldn't be storing your backup data in the same building as your original data in the case of a whole building failure. I personally would recommend a GRS redundancy option here, which allows you to move the copy not just over a different building, and also a different geographical region. It would actually give you an SLA of 99.9999999%.
We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop.
I wanted to say ZRS, but I said GRS, so I had to go with ZRS is the 3 different buildings in the same region, right?
That's her name, I believe. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you.
I don't know why that was
You
the
have red
only option I
glowing
had.
eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offside copy from the ice bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying,
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Of course not. Anyway, I don't have my keys anymore and she won't let me in. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. No. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Rain Civic. I'm not making this up.
the lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
Give it to me!
Thanks.
Oh,
And
thank
here's
you.
my falsehood multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the falsehood.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Caval soon.
The croissant. Ooh. So I'll never need this thing again, right? Guess we'll just put it here. And the drugs. Let's put the drugs in this row. There's something in the ledger.
Trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables.
Okay. Alright, Gambi, we figured one thing out. Finally. I feel like I have 5,000 quests and I never progress on anything. So I would probably just check the rest of this part of the area that I didn't check yet. Like the fishing village. I don't think I'm ready for these things yet. It's like a copper river. Rust cold water. Fuck, this place is huge, man. There's something to the left here. Okay, that's not... I hate getting lost. Okay, I have to go with it. Let's not go with it. You also finally do measure health. Can do measure health. Oh, right. True. Yeah, but can't be. I mean, there's like... You know, like other stuff to do that don't actually require me to focus on one thing. Book a primer for small kids. Let's check this first so I don't forget.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, a primer for small kids.
Exactly what I need!
This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life. The alphabet. Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a favorite
Let's do it.
illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows. A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. H is for homeboy. I is for econ. Q is for quasar. R is for... That's it. You know the alphabet.
Kim, I know the alphabet.
Good. I also know the alphabet.
Impressive. Impressive. You know the alphabet guy? Oh my god, the fucking music, man. This shit needs to stop. Arrived Groot's taxidermy. I guess we'll just steal that. The child doesn't mind.
Hello, mister.
Oh, your little Lily!
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skua you broke.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry. It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like,
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days.
yes, very soft. Isn't he soft? It's
Lambie is a
Yes, Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a... yes! Lammy was a resolutionary. It's
Lambie is a stuffed...
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy. Bye!
Alright, the child just gave me her stuff her mom owns. I'm sure she'll be happy. Yeah, we did everything down here, right? Yeah, thank fucking god. Alright.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicked. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Yeah, I can sleep here for free?
My kids grew up and left like we do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. Aye, the room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
When Varson communist revolutionary Ignas Nielsen was in hiding, he stayed in a hut on the Boreal Plateau for 10 months.
You best not be plotting another revolution under my roof. We barely got through the last one. But the room, do you want it? Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Thanks, Kim.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing and one thing only.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing. Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes, it's not hard to find. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, they've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Huh. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Those would be the dance music enthusiasts in their tent.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr. These things happen occasionally. Don't worry. You'll find yourself once more.
She makes it sound like losing one's name was as common as a midlife crisis. Around here, it's probably even more common.
I'm sorry. It's just the ADHD can't be like, I don't want to, man. It is what it is. So is this my new home, or was it with the
door
kid?
has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now. A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
Like, this room is massive, man.
What is this place to you?
Huh?
Overhead, you hear the forlorn shriek of seagulls. Far below the birds, a wooden boardwalk filled with abandoned stands, tables and benches, echoes from a long-lost time. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village, listening to the heater hum on the wall. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look, under the floorboards.
Huh? But how? But how can be? Look under the floorboards.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Ah, yeah.
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
Bro, I'm gonna kill myself. I can already tell, but I wanna get rid of it. Do we have any hand-eye coordinations? I don't think we do, but maybe. Doesn't look like it. Alright. 27% can be, roll the dice. We need. What do we need for 28% in the dice?
A straight razor soaks inside.
That's 1/3 would be 2-2, right? But it's the other way around, so the 1/3 would be 5-5. But it's less than that, so it needs to be 6-5 or 6-6, I think. No, that makes no sense. Because it's 2 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it does make sense. It's 6-5, right? No, there's no way. Oh, I'm an idiot. You have to count together. It's 12, so it's 4. 4 is 8. So 4 is 33, so I need 5-4 or higher. 9 or higher.
Your hand trembles as you scratch your cheek. Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves. Thank God, I would have cut your throat. The centipede is exaggerating. People don't actually cut their own throats when they're shaving. At least, not accidentally. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down.
Alright, nice. Very cool. Alright, let's check the rest of this place. This one. Nah, man. The police are here for you. Who are you?
Hi, officer.
Oh, you're a woman.
Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? It would put me in an early grave. What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
was just the first time I tried it on a woman, Camby. It's working.
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
You should have thrown yourself in the waves after it. Who says that?
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her.
Kim's presence makes it awkward. Camby.
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff. I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic Insular Indian cuisine. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very romantic.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
A mine? The RCA could use a mine. Where is it?
And go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something.
Just somewhere away from this sadness.
People imagine picking up and finding something better is an easy solution. But how is that supposed to work when all your time and energy goes to staying alive? You have almost nothing to set aside to actually fight your way out. I don't mean to complain about my pauper life. We are warm and fed here and... I don't know. There's just something about this shithole.
A sudden gust of cold air blows in from the sea. The waves flow and ebb. Around you, the fishing village takes its slow and steady breaths. Its many wooden its home.
Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. Two odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Oh, you're getting it. And it is gorgeous.
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle class ones either. Could do with some landed gentry, but apparently they don't make those anymore. Wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working class husband. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help you.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh? Well, how can I assist? Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Damn, this woman really is not looking for a husband. I have suggestion 5, and I have to roll double 6. Alright, we almost finished this area off. We just steal her money, I'm sure she doesn't mind. Kim really is a cockblocker. There was one thing, the thought told me to look under the floor, but it doesn't let me. So that's confusing. Huh? Why IA? So I don't understand. Maybe I'll try the other crowbar. If I put it, but no, it would mark it, right? There's no way. I mean, let's try just to make sure. Wait, I don't have it anymore. Huh? I guess the Coulson just replaced it. Okay. Oh no, it's here. Yeah, it doesn't let me. Stop, Combi. Stop making me look like an idiot. I'm a smart boy. You saw how I said we measure stuff around it. That was smart. You were impressed, weren't you? Little shit. I was very impressive at that moment. Alright. I think we have it all. Oh, except the car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that car accident was me, man. I'm pretty fucking sure. I guess I've been here before, right? Alright, let's check the fucking car out. No, this is not gonna be fun. Banged up fuel canister.
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water.
I wonder if you manage to get over the bridge faster, if the car is like not sink that much and you can like get more.
Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
When is the low tide? Is that in the morning?
A joyrider jacket. You feel
Isn't it like twice a day?
This joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old rusty...
Wait, I don't want to sit here for 2 hours.
...becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. 2 birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in... The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
So was your dad also, you know. Oh my fucking god, man.
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to... Well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupris, Model 40. It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
For my fucking praising.
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about that speed racer?
Rub your chin. 41 copy. God, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I'm Harry?
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea, after you jumped across the canal.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a fourth thing you've lost. More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
People are more valuable than machines. training a police officer is even more costly. That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off. Well, it isn't. It's you. I'm very sorry. Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn. Yes, let's go take a look.
Oh my god, man. Oh, I just wasted 2 hours by accident. Oh, we got our badge, man. Let's go. I mean, that's a fucking upgrade, right? We can call my station combi and tell them I found my fucking badge. I'm sure they'll love that. I still don't understand what modes to taxation mean in the pad. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Oh, fuck me. Alright, first, alright, I'm not gonna get distracted right now. I have stuff to do. Actually, I will get distracted. Fuck you, Combi.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You, some seaweed is stuck to the back.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that, but the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Harrier Dubois. It's you two. I'm going to call you Harry, since it's short for Harrier.
No, he's not. He's going to keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you...
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors. out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good.
No, Cambi!
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
I mean, I wonder what happens when I call my station and be like, I found my badge, motherfuckers. Also, I lost the car.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good.
Such a small yet precious thing.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as...
Alright, I mean, it's progress, can be. Oh, I found money.
This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it. Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Is there some new options?
Yes. What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Wait, what did I ask? Oh.
A moment passes.
What about me? Good.
Alright, Gambi. God, this game's writing is amazing. I mean, you know what I like? That like all the shit you're investigating, you can kind of figure out yourself before you actually come to the conclusion. That makes it even more fun. I mean, that's like... It makes TV shows fun, right? When you're like guessing who the murderer is. Shit like that. Works in this game well too. Let's give this guy his fucking bird back. I mean, I could sell it for 13 now, but... I kinda feel bad for this guy, to be honest. Even though he's an asshole to me. I deserve it.
You? What is this thing?
Okay. Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I mean, to be fair, he cooperated so far completely.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time? And yours? Another thing. Great. I love that. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers. It's not strange, it's inconvenient. Who told you that? Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
That's one thing I wanted to do. Next thing... Alright, I'm gonna check my badge under the light, if that's an option. I feel like it should be.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
maybe not.
As you tap on them.
No, that's enough with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you.
Oh, it was for my documents, it was not for the badge, my bad. Okay. Let's call the station.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you? Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Oh god.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
I guess we'll just pretend the car thing didn't happen. Alright. I mean, that works. I mean, I think we should probably admit. Alright, let's check out how the slave child is doing. What's that? There's something down there. Oh. So, fuck, I can't read it. Alright, let's talk to her.
Hello again, sir.
I'm gonna get this one day. These are books, blah blah blah.
Hello again, esteemed officer. Well, okay, but please, only a few questions. Yes, the similes of...
The woman before.
All this. I think I could have taken an easier way. How hard is this again? Wait. That's probably what all gyms fucking smell like.
The barbell waits patiently.
Yeah, I'm not throwing 2 6s, man. And I'm about to die. So let's not do that. We need to go downstairs, right? Why are these still a thing? I forgot what these were.
Your flashlights, some of the writing has...
Okay, we did all that, I guess. I think
this old fireplace is the whole thing resembles Cajun Moses.
Okay, it's just the story, I guess. Alright, let's check the fucking ice cream machine. That's the bear. Do I have it in my hand? I do.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
You're joking, right? Bro. I'm not even fucking close.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool. Unplugging the ice cream maker will allow it to defrost.
Oh!
Only the black cable is plugged into the break, something close to you.
Very smart. Opening the lid should be much easier after the ice cream.
I'm so smart, Gambi.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Try again.
Ice squeaks and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost.
Alright. That's fine, I guess. Oh, right. Today we have the guy. What time is it? 9 p.m. Alright, that's fucking late. I mean, I don't want to do it, Gambi, but I might have to.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza most.
But I think I have one thing for Bajo. Also, give me my jacket back. What was I wearing? I forgot what I just equipped this. Is it this one? Yes. Oh no, it's shit.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza.
Wait, why does this feel like it's lower now? I swear to God it was higher. What am I crazy? You removed your visual thing. Did I? Am I crazy? I don't have a visual thing. There is no visual. Oh.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush. No. These tracks are not interesting.
Bro, I literally had to throw 4 or higher. 4 or higher, man. I threw 3. Hey Kuno, you little shit. I'm gonna beat you up.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give... Kuno doesn't...
Fuck you too, Kuno.
There, he still is.
What do you see?
Alright, I mean, that doesn't give us much options, right? So we still can get to the balcony. So I guess it's time. Yes, for Measurehead. So let me check this if it didn't change.
Looking for something odd?
Oh, and before I forget, let's do that.
The tear machines, your bottles clunk.
Nice. Right to work, Gambi. What is that? Oh. Oh. Hey, this feels like I should be able to like open it with some. I guess it requires a key. I guess. Alright.
The unpromising raised pupil returns. And
It's shit, let me into the fucking harbor. It's shit. I can't help myself, Gambi.
Look, babe. The disco dancing degenerate has run out of cocaine to shoot into his arms. This has made him short, fused, and impolite. Underneath the posturing, there is dread.
Coca has really fucked him over, Jan.
Impotent subject of pop culture, I take pity on you. You clearly want to enter the harbor bad, like a little boy wants to go on the potty. I can press the button for you. It will open the door. Very well. You may enter the door once. Our race conversation here has concluded.
Finally. Let's go.
I am surprised, man. Oh wait, I can't get behind him though.
The unpromising raise pupil.
Is it? I mean, I did say he's smart. Oh, it's this door. Okay. Holy fucking shit. Wait, did he lock me in? Wait a minute. Oh. Bro, the board. Holy shit, look at all this XP, Kambi. It's all mine now.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Yeah, it's very unlucky. Let's read it.
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders, hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. The drawer slides.
I don't think I do have that.
The file cabinet stands steady. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the
So
note
they are
itself
supposed to be
is
Russian.
crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Leo, why are you a servant to Nazi people?
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. Hundreds of and the same you already went to draw.
I mean, don't ask me. Ask Clemmy, he's the good one. Clemmy is the good boy. Visual calculus. I won't mind that. Boop. Oh god. Giant aspirin. Let's check the fucking book out. Oh fuck, I have a second row, man. Oh my god, I'm getting lost. Okay, honestly, I should fucking like do row for each of the fucking clothing, so it's at least like a little bit organized. Like once I find the right shoes, I don't actually have to go through every fucking shoes, right? And probably do it like this. Shoes, I don't know what t-shirts and what are coats. Wait, I have a hat. Jacket, t-shirt, shirt, jacket. It's probably a jacket. Is it a jacket? It is a jacket. Hat, necktie, shirt. It's a shirt, right? Yes. Necktie, hat, gloves. Your life sorted, but I know, man. Shut the fuck up. I wonder what the postcards are for. You can sell them? They for anything else, can be?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editor.
Play it cool.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are.
I mean, he's not
You
wrong.
flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents
Ah,
unfolds
yeah,
before
kann
you.
wie Kunst und Kultur! Ja!
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you
Menschen,
that
Menschen leben in Kunst und Kultur.
must mean arts and culture.
Really?
Why they decided to title this one section in Volder is
Oh, Volder Kambi. Are you a Volder Kambi? You feel like a Volder to me.
It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical mezzo. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming, if you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the where to even start. For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically so all of it, basically. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. There's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? More than that, they're likely anagrams. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike.
I guess this one's
You
actually
skim the headlines.
relevant.
Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First, we take Martinez. Then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
That is true. That is true, Kambi. It is pretty outrageous. Labor and capital could reach some reasonable information.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward.
I mean, that is true.
Good thing your rent-paying days are behind you.
Also true.
You flip back to the front.
Oh my god, man. This magazine just took like an hour away from me, Kambi. It's already 8 p.m. What the fuck? I'm out of
The
time.
imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you.
Oh, so
from
there
the
is
wall.
another working
A note on
phone.
the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Now, Kambi, you'll see how my new inventory is fucking OP. I mean, that granted, I have anything for that, which I don't. Fucking hell. Maybe. Okay, I do have the gloves.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952 and a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling.
I think you would like this game, River Party, by the way. It's like, it's... I don't know how to describe it. It's one of its kind.
Calling. Still calling.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help?
Alright, I was thinking, I was hoping we're gonna get like a personal number, not our fucking porn shop.
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. No. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. Maybe you call to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one. It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the...
Okay, I get these, what these are, Kambi. These are like the memories from your... that your body sort of like makes you relive again.
Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up and the air seems to grow darker.
That was what happened with the police station. I was remembering a scene when I was in the police station.
Suddenly you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over.
That's enough for you today. Let's conclude this call.
I feel like Kim pretends I'm a baby. Alright. What time is it? Over here! Fuck, I didn't have to jump here.
The tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the railing. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back. As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your...
So Kambi, if I'm gonna call my job and I'll be like, guys, I found my badge, found my uniform, and found my gun, but I kinda lost the car. What do you think? How will they rate my performance?
I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Why do I have 2 sets of clothes? That's confusing. Ooh, baby. I mean, I don't have much time left and I have to check the fucking guy's apartment, man. Money. This is what I carry my bag for.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. You need to rest. Your body is aching. Getting in here has taken something out of you. Have a seat.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to...
Isn't Rene the old black
Nothing
guy?
incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is...
I think he's gonna be
dressed in
happy when he
royal
finds out I
Caribbean
stole his
uniform.
picture.
The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of Rene? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated? Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
I'm not taking the oath. Right. Wait, there's more. Wait, can I actually grab all of these? Holy shit, it's a gold mine. Kim, get your fucking ass away from here. Kim! Kim! What about this? No? Okay. Alright, so... Wait, we can't go down? It's not. Oh. Measurement crushes all. I believe him. Oh, Kvalsund. That's the tool I have. Wait, is that the company that made the tool?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Wasn't I supposed to talk to someone?
And with a surprisingly quiet thump, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Is this like your thing with that wall again? You do? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of you attempting to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
What do you mean persuade the door to open? Huh?
Why are you even trying to open a door?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Why are you what? Are you satisfied, detective?
Well, why is that an option? I mean, it can work out, right? If I throw 2 6s. Huh? Wonder what happens if you open it. Nice. We don't have many gloves. Why didn't you listen to Mr. Kim's that you should leave it alone, Cambi, your fellow moralist? Container, container, container.
Container, I'll turn you nice.
Oh no, it's a river party!
Put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad
he's
after he got
Irish.
a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yards. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boy stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling him to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not gonna be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow. Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am. Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school.
Oh, is that the lawyer?
To the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
So I assume it's some kind of an orphan they took in. That's why she's like...
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody.
So
and gets
defensive
along
of
with
them.
everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eye.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip too.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
God, this guy is a fucking information data bank, man.
Oh yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. But you gotta be quick if you want to see him. He leaves around 10 p.m. Bye-bye now.
So this is the big fish, huh? The one behind everything. A taxidermy fish that tells time? What the fuck? Who has that? Is it Honzik?
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Have a good day, Mr. Dubois. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
Fuck, I thought it would throw him off.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat. Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist. Excellent, Harry. Of course, that's your name. What else could it be? Now, please, have a seat.
He's playing it cool, but he knows his ploy didn't work.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Fuck, this guy's gonna be a problem, isn't he?
He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most...
Oh my fucking god, man. I don't have that much heal.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun.
Wait, did I get the money or did I get the
Union
shit?
people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Game.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good. Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something?
Yeah, I know
Are
this
you
type of
having
people.
some kind of medical emergency?
So people that have to have everything under their control. Maybe they don't. Oof.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil. Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. And rest assured, no one's gonna hear about it. No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors. Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Basically, he's saying he has my gun and he's gonna fucking plant it on a murder scene. Ugh, fuck me, man. Yeah, this is horrible, man. Why should I say that to him?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Oh, I know everything about you, Harry. I have a big fat folder on you. Very juicy stuff. And the word on the street is your memory is a bit hazy. If that's true, maybe I can help you out. Do you a little favor, so to speak.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you would have a spot of memory trouble, well, let's just say a fat juicy folder could really fill in the blanks.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Harry has some questions he needs answers to.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Harry! I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
I mean, I thought it was
Excellent,
Yendi who
Mr.
bought
Kitsuragi.
it,
That's excellent
but I
news.
couldn't ask her about it.
Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how
God,
long
this
he's
guy
been
has
away.
an answer for everything, doesn't he? Motherfucker.
Harry! I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction. If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me. If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Well, this guy is a fucking psycho. Jesus Christ, man. Can't get out. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this guy is an option. At all. I am not helping this fucking
I may be
psycho.
back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back. Sure, mister. Absolutely.
God damn it, River Party. Yeah, this puts me in a shit spot, man. I mean, Joyce is definitely the better option. I don't like her either.
You're back before the cargo container.
I need to convince that cargo container to open, can't be. There's no other way. What happens if I do this
A
again?
rusted no screech of metal when you push the crane does not return.
That's what I expected. I'm not happy right now. Yeah, I will call it. Probably won't even finish the day.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been there, he means. Talk to the boss man.
I'll be ending after this conversation. See you, tell me.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
The tear machine your bottles.
Is this about the questions again? Because, wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you.
So yeah, I'll be calling it here. I'm probably actually gonna make a list of all the fucking checks I need to do. All I wanna do is go here so I don't forget tomorrow I need to talk to this guy.
Whoa. What have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Relachel looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Just an ordinary war.
Alright, this is what we'll call it. Thanks for watching, chat. Appreciate it. Actually, I'll just write the checks right now. Physical instrument, Savoy flare. Oh, I don't think we can do Savoy flare anymore. That one's done. Damage to ledger. Oh fuck no. Logic. Reaction speed. Composure. Shivers. Volition. Esprit. Half-light, interfacing, empathy, authority, oh, so many. Interfacing 2, electrochemistry, Rhetoric, composure. Oh, we do have composure already. Let's do endurance, visual conceptualization, logic 2, interfacing 3, physical 2, physical 3. We don't need that anymore. These are all not working anymore, I think. Except this one, perception. And wash basin. Suggestion. Do we have suggestion? And another rhetoric. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. Amazing game.